US Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts said on Tuesday that the court is considering steps to adhere to the highest standards of conduct after reports of a conservative justice's travel and real estate deals prompted congressional scrutiny. Roberts, speaking at an event hosted by the American Law Institute, said that he is committed to ensuring the court's 9 members meet those standards. He did not give details on what those measures would look like.
And on a final issue of concern inside the court, I want to assure people that I am committed to making certain that we as a court adhere to the highest standards of conduct. We are continuing to look at things we can do to give practical effect to that commitment.
But the Chief Justice also signaled that he is wary of potential legislation by Congress that could impose an ethics code for the justices. Roberts said he is confident there are ways to make sure the court's members are meeting their ethical obligations that are consistent with our status as an independent branch of government under the Constitution's separation of powers.
And I am confident there are ways to do that that are consistent with our status as an independent branch of government under the Constitution's separation of powers. But inside the court, there's cause for optimism. I am happy that I can continue to say that there has never been a voice raised in anger in our conference room. Our court consists of 9 appointees by 4 presidents. We deal with some of the most controversial issues before the country, yet we maintain collegial relations with each other. When I wander down the halls and see a colleague, I am always happy to have the chance to chat.
It was the first time Roberts has publicly commented since a US Senate committee hearing earlier this month on a potential ethics code for the High Court. The US Supreme Court is the only federal court in the United States that does not have a formal ethics code. Roberts declined to attend the Senate hearing on Supreme Court ethics issues but sent to the committee 5 pages of information about current judicial ethics standards.
Judge heckled and shouted down at a law school, protesters outside the homes of justices, to the extent that martial protection is needed 24/7. In 18 years, I'm asked, well, what was the hardest decision I had to make in 18 years? Was it this First Amendment case? Was it that death penalty case? Was it some major separation of powers case? None of those. The hardest decision I had to make was whether to erect fences and barricades around the Supreme Court. I had no choice but to go ahead and do it, but while it was going on, while the fences were going up, I kept hearing Charles Evans Hughes's remarks at the opening of the Supreme Court building. He said, "The Republic endures, and this is the symbol of its faith."
While Senate Democrats on the panel have backed potential ethics legislation, Republican members have staunchly opposed it. The news outlet ProPublica has detailed ties between Justice Clarence Thomas, a conservative who is the court's longest tenured member, and wealthy Republican donor Helen Crow. Crow's attorneys this week rejected a bid by Senate Democrats to learn of other gifts given by the Dallas billionaire to Thomas. They argued that Congress lacks the authority to impose an ethics code on the justices.